Hey good people, it is Tashara from Politics and Fashion here today with another part of my solopreneur series. This video is going to be all about how to grow on YouTube. Now friends, if you are new around these parts, then you may not know that I just hit 50,000 subscribers here on YouTube. Girl, I'm a celebrity. You cannot tell me I'm not Oprah at this point. I'm not Gayle, period. I'm Oprah. I'm not Kelly, period. I'm Beyonce. I'm 50K on YouTube. It's up and it's stuck, my G. So as a result of my meteoric success and very obvious fame, I thought that I have a few things to share with you, most importantly 5 tips that for sure have allowed for me to grow on this platform. So if you're interested in starting a YouTube channel, if you're interested in becoming a solopreneur, a business owner, and you can see the benefit of having YouTube as a platform to drive your business's success, then friend, you've made to the right place today, okay? Like the video, share it if you find it helpful, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing, and let's get started. Let's go back because I think it would be helpful to just kind of share with you my trajectory from blogging to YouTube. I started my blog back in 2011, politicsandfashionblog.com, okay? I went from there to social media, specifically Instagram, and I probably got serious on Instagram maybe about 2015, but it took me years, y'all, to even get to 10,000 followers, and I got that metric back in, I think, 2020. 2020, December, I quit my job. I was working full-time in luxury retail because I wanted to build Politics and Fashion into a sustainable brand, and at that time it was growing rapidly. So I decided part of that growth that I wanted to be very dedicated to was YouTube. That brings me to January 2021, where I started putting out YouTube content on a more consistent basis. At that time, I may have had 500 subscribers, only because I had kind of dibbled and dabbled before then, primarily with a lot of self-help and productivity content, especially throughout the beginning of the pandemic. But it was January 2021, for all intents and purposes, that I really began to grow my channel. From January of that year to the time of me filming, so about 2 years and some change, 2.5, I've gone from 500 subscribers to 50,000. Now, for some people, they may say, well, it's been over 2 years. Of course you have 50,000 subscribers. But actually, to that person, just know that we are creating content on saturated platforms, okay? And while no two people are alike, it does not mean that we are not competing with quite a bit of noise. And from my understanding, actually, many people only grow about 1,000 subscribers in their first year on this platform. So to go from 500 to 50,000 in 2 years is a tremendous feat, and one that I'm very proud of. And I think it is because of the 5 tips that I'm going to share with you today. Now let's hop into it. Number 1, you all, it is the most important part of my growth, and I cannot underscore this enough, and it is that I built my confidence. Now, I know that is a soft skill, so to speak. However, it is a very important one nonetheless, because YouTube, I believe, unlike other forms or forms of social media, it really takes a lot of vulnerability to, number 1, be on camera, like how you see yourself on camera, not be annoyed by your voice on camera, edit a piece of content, especially when you don't have maybe at the beginning the best editing skills, and then you want me to put it out to the world? Oh no. For years I was like, I ain't gonna be able to do that. I'm not. You want me to do what, with who, where, how, huh? I'm not going to be able to do it. And it took me growing my confidence, number 1, as a business owner, but number 2, as an individual, for me to get here. And this part of the video is sponsored by my friends over at BetterHelp, you all, because it is through therapy that I got to that point. If you are not familiar, BetterHelp is an online therapeutic platform that connects you to licensed mental health professionals. I've talked to you all about BetterHelp before. It is where I see my therapist. But the reason I love them, y'all, is the ease by which you create a therapeutic relationship. Everything is done online or through the BetterHelp app, and you are able to fill out a questionnaire. It is a very guided process, so it's not cumbersome whatsoever, and you're able to talk about what it is you're going through, what brings you to therapy. As a result, they then give you a list of therapists that they may match you with, and you can choose based upon that therapist's background who you want to work with. I think the entire process to sign up maybe took me 5 minutes at the most, and that's critical for me, y'all. If you are going through a moment of crisis and you don't have a lot of time to give, but you know you want to speak to someone for your own mental health, that there is an amount of ease in the platform, and BetterHelp definitely is a very easy platform to navigate. On top of it, y'all, if you are worried about not having insurance, no worries. BetterHelp actually is one of the most affordable places to find a therapist. They have a sliding scale, and you can see someone for as low as $60 a visit. And I feel like that is a tremendous investment that pays great dividends in your mental health. I will make sure my BetterHelp link is in the description box. If you sign up, DM me over on Instagram, y'all, and let me know. I would love to hear how it's going for you and to hear some of your goals. But let's keep going. Here's what I can say about my relationship with the therapist and how it relates to YouTube specifically. I know for me, I had a huge fear at the beginning of my business of being criticized, of being vulnerable, of being open. And I had a therapist tell me, and I mean, she, like my wig, you remember when Sheree had shifted Kim's wig? My wig was shifted. She just did a little shift. Because she said to me, she said, how are you going to grow a business if you are afraid of being criticized? She said that is part of what it takes to be a business owner. And it hit me, y'all, like a ton of bricks, because at that time I was still working a 9-to-5 with the goal of becoming a business owner. And it was something about ego, it was something about esteem, it was something about confidence that was just consistently being triggered on my path to solopreneur that I couldn't really give voice to. And when she called it out, I was like, oh, well, that's the thing. It is the fear of being criticized. But here's the beauty of it. When you are unapologetic about living your dream and you are bold on that path and on that mission, people want to celebrate you. More people are going to celebrate you than criticize you. Not that anyone's opinion should even matter, but what I have found is that there is something about you unlocking your potential that is actually going to be very inspiring. I don't care if you were baking cakes. I don't care if you were painting toenails. I don't care if you were creating content online. It doesn't matter what the thing is. When you become bold and unapologetic about your dream, people around you want to support you. They want to see your success because it gives them the ability to say, well, if Tashira did it, if Sarah did it, if Mary did it, if Jim did it, then I can do it too. So don't think about who is waiting to criticize you. Think about who is waiting to celebrate you. And that will allow for you at least to fake it till you make it as far as your confidence is concerned. And let me be honest, I am not trying to minimize what it takes to get on this platform. I happen to think some of the most vile trolls on the internet reside on YouTube. But with that said, having the kind of confidence that allows for you to repel the negativity and to stand in your truth is what is going to allow you to keep going when the negative naysayers, the negative Nancys start to show up and to raise their heads. And I promise you, I've had much fewer of those people than I've had the people who want to see this platform grow. Build your confidence, friend. Believe in yourself in a greater way. Have the kind of self-love that allows for you to grow and to build the thing that you've always wanted to do. It starts with confidence, and from there, everything else grows. So building my confidence to be bold about my brand on all platforms, especially YouTube, especially at a time when I didn't have a lot of technical skills, is what allowed me to then be consistent. And that is tip number 2. And if you look up any resources around how to grow on YouTube, consistency will undoubtedly be on the list. I may have said this before, but here's my chance to remind you that YouTube is a search engine. Louder for the people in the back. YouTube is a search engine. So what that means is the platform wants to recommend your content, but it can only do that if you have content that is consistent. So if you were jumping on the platform, and let's say you're making 2 videos a year or 1 video every 6 months, you're posting on Monday, some days, you're posting on Thursday, 2 weeks later, and then on Friday the next month, you don't have the privilege of growing an audience, number 1, of subscribers, because people don't know when your content is coming out and it's not consistent. Your channel doesn't look active. But number 2, you don't have the benefit of YouTube actually working in your favor to recommend your videos because you have not shown the platform that you are going to create content consistently. Here's what I believe strongly, like in my soul, y'all. In my soul. Me and YouTube, we down like 2 flat tires. All right, YouTube is one of the best business partners I've ever had, and the people down there don't even know me. And let me tell you why. Because there is a mutual interest that YouTube has with creators that other platforms, like the Meta platforms, do not. YouTube's whole goal is to have content to recommend to people, to share with people. When I go to YouTube and type in, what's the best low-calorie, lactose-free breakfast or dairy-free breakfast, YouTube needs to have the content to put in front of me. That is why there tends to be a greater quid pro quo or symbiotic relationship with this platform and creators, because they understand that without the creators being able to create the content, then the audience, the seekers that are going to the platform, will not have their answers met. And I'll get to search engine optimization in just a moment. But I bring this up because once you are consistent, YouTube then starts to see, oh, Tashira is a valuable partner. Let me then raise her videos up a bit. Let me then broadcast them to a wider audience, because we know that she got our back, that she is going to consistently make content. So the practical tip here, y'all, is not only to create content consistently, but to decide on what your posting schedule is. Is it videos dropping on Sundays? Is it videos dropping on Sundays and Tuesdays? Is it videos dropping on Mondays and Wednesdays? Is it videos that are dropping bi-weekly? As you were in your growth phase, I would definitely recommend dropping at least 1 video a week for about a year. So in 2021, I definitely dropped 2 videos a week on average. But again, I feel like any form of consistency that you're very transparent with your audience about is going to be in your favor. And those 2 videos a week, I think, y'all, are what allowed for me between January of 2021 and probably about fall of 2021 to get to 10,000 subscribers, which was huge for me. I mean, from that perspective, my platform really grew like wildfire, more than 1,000 subscribers a month, which is not very common whatsoever. But I was churning out those videos, and I did not make perfect the enemy of good. Hear me well. As a matter of fact, I started with no lights. I started with a vlogging camera only and was creating sit-down videos with that, but I could have very easily also used my phone because the quality was probably on par, visually the same. I also started with using iMovie, which in the grand scheme of video editing software is probably the lowest level and the easiest to use. And still got 10,000 subscribers by the fall of 2021. And 10,000, I'm saying, y'all, is such a huge feat, because at some point, and I'll put the metrics on the screen, I don't remember them, YouTube starts to monetize. it starts to monetize, which means that you get revenue from Google AdSense based upon the number of watches you have on each video and how many ads they've been able to put in front of your audience. Another important part about being consistent as well, y'all, because you want to get to the number of subscribers and watch time that are going to lead to coins in your pocket, okay? Be consistent. Don't make perfect the enemy of good. Decide on your posting schedule and run with it. Number 3, I've already hinted at, and that is search engine optimization. Once again, YouTube is a search engine. And I think we often think of it maybe as a social platform or just a random website. But no. The same way you go to Google, and YouTube is actually owned by Google, and you search any number of things. And if you notice, actually now, if you were on your home page on Google and you're searching for something, the answer to that question will also show up on your homepage in video form. Why can't that be your content? It can be, okay? It certainly can be the content that you are creating. Imagine the number of views that will be on your video if yours shows up in the number of videos that are recommended, not even in the platform, not even on the website. It is all about knowing how to use something called search engine optimization, or SEO, to get there. Now, here is the way that I have found this concept to be the most useful and probably the easiest to understand, because I am far from an SEO expert or analytics expert. But what I've come to understand is how to jump into trending conversations and to make content that people want to see. And that comes from studying your audience and your analytics. So on the back end of YouTube and what's called the Creator Studio are a number of metrics that I have found so helpful. Again, YouTube wants to be your partner. We down like 2 flat tires, okay? And so they give you all of this information that if you use it the right way, is going to help your channel grow. One of the new areas that I've seen recently is called research. And that allows for you to see, number 1, what your audience is already searching. But also, number 2, you can type in any number of things that you're thinking about creating content around, and it will show you whether or not that search for that topic is high, medium, or low. And I happen to think that at some point I was probably creating content that was more in that low area. As I became a little bit more adept at understanding analytics and SEO, I started to, maybe intuitively, but also by research, create content that was high on the list. And I want to give you an example here most recently. I did a video that was on quiet luxury that has almost the highest number of views of any video that I've ever done. Definitely the highest number in a short period of time. It has, at the time of me filming this, almost 100,000 views. I don't even have 100,000 subscribers. So clearly this came from YouTube recommending my video. And they were recommending it because it is a trending topic that people are going to YouTube to search for, or they're watching other quiet luxury videos, y'all. I jumped into a place where the people were. Instead of asking them to come to me, I went to them. And that is what SEO does. You are providing an answer to people's questions. And I will put some SEO resources down below. You can get very deep down this rabbit hole. You can even hire people to help you with this. But I think for now, understanding how the analytics work within YouTube and just understanding SEO more generally is going to help your channel to grow. The majority of your channel's views are probably always going to be from recommendations, not from subscribers. It's just the way the platform works. Once again, it's a search engine, okay? And so you want YouTube to recommend your content. They can only do that if your content is relevant. Number 4 is your thumbnail, y'all. Your thumbnail is so important. And when I say thumbnail, I'm talking about the picture that you saw before you clicked on this video. And it's important because humans are visual creatures. We may not like to admit it, but that's just part of who we are. And we will judge a book by its cover every time, especially when the subject matter seems to be similar. If I type into YouTube right now, the best jeans for tall women, there will be 100 videos that pop up. The one that I'm going to click, I'm just going to be honest, keep it a stack, is going to be the one that has the best thumbnail. Okay, maybe even the highest number of views, but the one that has the highest number of views likely also is the one that has the best thumbnail. That's just how brain psychology works, okay? And so what we want to make sure is that we're not curating a great video, a well-edited video, and we have not given any time or consideration to the thumbnail. And I know that can be kind of hard, especially if you are in the midst of creating the video, okay? And you have not thought about, oh wait, what picture am I going to use to advertise the video? No worry, friends, I got you. What you can always do is, after you export the video, is to screenshot certain parts of it, okay? So that people are seeing your natural reaction, your natural hand gestures, etc. in the video. That also works really well. And so what I have done many times is screenshotted the part of the video that I feel like shows the best emotion. So I might be like this, like I'm thinking, right? I might be smiling at the camera because it's a joyful subject. Whatever it is, I then screenshot it, take that photo like I do with the rest of my photos. I put it in Lightroom and I edit it using my preset. Once I get it out of Lightroom, whether it's that screenshot or another set of photos, I then drop them into Canva, and I actually have a Canva template that I've created, whether I want to do a 2 photo, a 3 photo, or just 1 photo pane. I drop the picture there, and I always use, y'all, the same typeface as well. I actually like for my thumbnails to be pretty minimal. Not surprising given the content that I have on my channel. I don't like for a lot of things to be going on, but there's definitely a market for that as well. There's a market for thumbnails that seem to be a little bit more, I don't want to use the word cartoonish, but have a bit more of like clip art almost, or there's just, I think, an entire type of format to how some people do their thumbnails, and you have to figure out what works the best for you. If you dig deep into my archives, my original thumbnails were horrible. I don't know why I thought that pink double like bubble typeface was going to work, but that's not it. Okay, now I use, just as you saw, white typeface that is in a cursive writing. If I need to add some additional letters, I'll figure out how to do that, whether I curve it around the top of the typeface, or I do it underneath, or I have a small subheading. Whatever it may be, that main title is going to be in the same typeface in the same color. And that's important for me because then it starts to become part of my brand. People immediately associate that with me. When they see my video, all of them have the same vibe. And it doesn't mean that you can't decide to get creative one day and go in a completely different direction. What is most important, however, is that your thumbnails are high quality. The small tip that I'll also add there is that you're not going to have very often a lot of space to give your entire video title on your thumbnail. Extract the keywords, especially the ones that are SEO friendly, and put those on your title. The last tip I have to help you grow on YouTube is very content specific. And so hear me out here, y'all. I'm going to tell you what not to do first. I think it's very easy for us to jump into vlogs, like day in the lifestyle videos. But I have seen very many creators on this platform, experts on this topic, tell you not to do that right away, and I think it is so true. To this day, my vlogs, like per capita, if we were to compare apples to apples, are going to get less views than other style videos. Number one, because vlogs are not always very SEO forward, but number two, when you're starting, people don't know who you are. So why would they care what you ate for breakfast? You might find it very important, and at some point your audience will find it important if you follow the other tips that I've mentioned on this list, because your audience is going to grow. But go again to where the people reside. Don't try to bring them to you. And so a vlog is not going to get the number of hits that you want it to. It's not going to help your channel grow. Now, when you have people Vlogs are not a bad idea because they actually tend to be longer and can generate greater income. But starting out with the vlog is not going to help your channel to grow. Here's what is going to allow for your channel to grow, y'all. Using every aspect of this platform. Every single aspect. And so from that perspective, use the community board to promote new content, to share whatever small tips or tricks may be that are related to your content. Maybe it's your recipe of the day. Maybe it's the favorite meal that you made that week. Maybe it's your outfit of the day with an affiliate link. Use your community board, okay? Because those posts come down people's feeds regularly. Number 2, and I cannot underscore this enough, y'all, YouTube shorts are your best friends. I have recently seen this. I had a YouTube short just go viral. Now, mind you, I was wearing a crop top and some like a bike shorts. I had literally gone biking earlier that day. This was not a like very thought out piece of content. I didn't have a full beat on my face. I ain't have a lip nor lash on, okay? That video has been seen, hold please, because I want to give you the exact number as of this morning. This is why data is so important. That video has been seen 236,000 times. 236,000 times. Actually, a video where I'm reviewing these earrings, okay? I cannot tell you why. Now I have theories. I think that people actually like to see real-time reviews, maybe unboxings, and I did not know that before on YouTube. I do know that like hauls are very searched, highly searched content, and because I don't do a whole lot of hauls on my channel, I think being able to give people real-time snapshots on shorts is great. I think shorts are probably gaining popularity on the platform. I wouldn't have known that if I wasn't using every aspect of the platform. And honestly, that is syndicated content because it's also been on TikTok and it's also been on Instagram, okay? So it was very kind of low energy to create and it had maximum huge results. And I happen to think that it was between the quiet luxury video and also this video. So 2 of the tips that I mentioned today in this video that allowed for me to get over the hump to 50,000 subscribers. I was in the 40s, 40,000 something for months and months. Those 2 pieces of content took me into 50,000, which again, I think is a major cause to celebrate. So again, keep the type of content that you are creating in mind. If you want to see a video where I break down the types of content more specifically, let me know down below because I promise you a thought process for sure goes into it. And that is it, good people. Once again, those 5 tips are confidence if you are facing any trepidation around creating a presence on this platform. Number 2, that confidence will lead you to be more consistent. Your consistency then goes into your SEO or creating content that is search engine optimized. Number 4 is to have great thumbnails that people want to click. And number 5 is to be strategic around the types of content that you are creating. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. We would love to have you as part of the tribe. Follow me all across social media. And in the meantime, I will see you good people across the internet. Peace, y'all.